Hey everybody, welcome to my home. My name is Becky. I am so excited that you're here today. Well, today is part 4 in my Christmas decorating series for 2024. I am doing a nostalgic Christmas theme this year. I am decorating my house as close as I can possibly get to the Christmas of my childhood. And so far, I am loving it. I have 2 big pieces to finish that will kind of bring everything together, and that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to do my big Christmas tree in my living room, and I'm going to be decorating my brand new fireplace that David just finished for me about 5 minutes ago. I am so excited. I'm not really sure how it's going to go, what it's going to look like. I've got a couple ideas in my head, but since this is a brand new piece for me, I'm not really sure how I'm going to be decorating it. So we're going to do that together. We're going to figure it out. If you're new to my channel and you just found me, I have been doing, I've got, like I said, 3 other videos ahead of this one. Normally what I would do is I would decorate my kitchen, move on to my living room, decorate that, move to my dining room. But this year has been just a little different because David was doing construction in the living room. So we've just been skipping around the house, doing a little bit here, a little bit there. And it's kind of been a little chaotic, but it's coming together. It is almost done. As soon as I finish today's video, the inside of the house should be complete, and then the only thing we'll have left to do is the porch and the yard. So make sure that if you are new and this sounds like something that you'd be interested in watching, that you have liked and subscribed to my channel. You will hear that noise right there a lot on my channel because David does a lot of work for me around here. He builds all of my furniture. He's a very handy man, and that saw goes off all the time. So it's just part of the ambiance around here. But anyway, let's get started because we have got a lot to do. Before we do any decorating, I have to show you my finished fireplace that my husband built for me. It is absolutely beautiful. Now, we have a very small house, so we opted for a corner fireplace, and it was very challenging because of all of the angles. And if you'll notice, my living room ceiling starts out low and then goes up high, so the angles were quite challenging. But he did it. He's really good at math and figuring out things like that. He did a great job, and we just finished our 3rd coat of polyurethane on the mantle today. And then there's the hearth. I cannot wait to decorate this piece. It's just, I'm biting at the bit to get it decorated. We changed things up in the house a few weeks ago. So this year we're going to be putting the Christmas tree right here in front of the window. My windows need to be washed. That's why they're open right now. So just ignore that. But we're going to get started here in a minute. I've got to pull my tree out of the shed, and we have got a lot of work to do. We are finally ready to decorate the tree. I normally do the tree first because it's the thing that kind of gets me excited. It's the jumping off point for my decorating. It's the thing I'm always looking most forward to doing, that in a mantelscape. So I always do that first. And then this year, because David was doing the construction in the living room of this glorious fireplace that you see next to me, we had to wait until he was done before I could put the tree together. But that's okay. I'm telling you, it was worth the wait to get this beautiful mantle, or not mantle. I keep calling it a mantle. It is a full-out fireplace. And it's the fireplace of my dreams. I have always dreamed of having a fireplace to decorate for Christmas and to hang stockings on and to do all that. And I'm just so happy to have it. So this is just me trying to get the lights on the tree. I wanted to at least get the lights done before I wanted to do it like the night before, and then when I get up the next day, which would have been a Saturday, then I could just go to town on decorating. So I got all the hard stuff done the night before. I did want to put those big, what are they called, C7, C9 bulbs on the tree. And when I pulled them out to, see how they were going to work, my goodness, they got so hot and you could smell them burning. There was just no way I was comfortable putting them on the tree. I put a post on my YouTube page and asked people, have they always been this way? Did you really put these on your tree? I know they're vintage. I know they're a staple piece of any picture I've ever seen of a vintage Christmas tree had these lights, but how in the heck did you do it? Because there's just no way I could put these on my tree and not be scared to death that they were going to catch on fire. And everybody kind of came in, they chimed in and said, I don't know how things didn't catch on fire either. I really don't. You know, the ends of my tree were brown and all this. So I wanted to use those reflectors that I got over the summer that I had thrifted or found at the antique store. So I just put one strand on the tree, but they are not plugged in. I just want to make that clear. I just used them for the bulbs so that I could use these beautiful reflectors because I felt like I needed to use them. I thought they were such a treasure to find, and I was excited to find them. And I really was disappointed that I couldn't use the big bulbs, but I just could not do it. I'm telling you, it smelled like a fire burning, and judging from all of the comments that I got, it was just a common everyday thing that these lights got really hot and you'd only plug them in for an hour, or either you'd put them outside so that they could cool down. So anyway, I was a little disappointed because I was really wanting to use those big lights on the tree. I had this gold tinsel or garland, whatever you want to call it, that I had been using throughout the whole house. In hindsight, if I could do it all over again, I would not have used this small garland on my tree. I would have went out and gotten a little bigger, fluffier garland, because I'm looking at my tree right now as I'm talking to you, and you can see it. But I think that that tinsel or that garland is such a staple in all of the rest of my decor that I really wish it stood out a little more on the tree, because it's all over the house. It's in every nook and cranny. I used it, so I really wanted it on my tree as well. And I feel like it just kind of gets lost in there because it's so small. So if I could do it all over again, and if I do this theme next year, I will use the big fat version of this gold tinsel. And I have seen it, and I almost bought it at Five Below, but I didn't, because I told myself, you've got plenty at the house, you don't need any more. But it is what it is. It still looks nice. The tree's beautiful. I'm not complaining at all. I think I would do it a little differently if I could do it over again. And these are all the ornaments that I have to go on the tree. This is years and years of collecting and thrifting and antiquing, and a lot of these are gifts. One person in particular, Miss Dale, she made it her mission to make sure that I had enough ornaments to fill that big tree. So a lot of those ornaments are some that she sent me, and I got probably 3 or 4 packages from her this summer. As soon as she heard that I needed more ornaments, she was on it. I'm telling you. Thank you, Miss Dale. I appreciate it so much. And if you'll look, you can see all the little goodies on my tree that you sent me. And I love looking at them. I love each and every one of them. You can kind of tell from the movie in the background how it changes, how long it took me to decorate this tree. It took the whole entirety of A Christmas Story to decorate the tree and get all those ornaments up there. Now, these 2 ornaments are very special. This was David's ornament. The Santa was his, and the little puppy was mine. And every year, he always looks for that Santa, and he asks me, where did you put my Santa? He wants to see it. He wants to know it's on the tree. They're both really special to us, and we enjoy having a little piece of our childhood on the tree each year. All right, we're gonna put it in high gear so we can get this tree decorated and get on to the next the next thing. You'll notice that I have the window, the curtains closed in the window, and there's lots of light coming in. When I went to go clean my blinds because they had lots of dust on them, I actually broke the blinds, so I had to go out and buy a new set to go up there, so that's why everything's closed. And there was so much light coming in, it was a little bright for filming, so I was hoping that those curtains would kind of darken things up a little bit. But here's the tree. We are missing one very important detail, and that is the icicle lights. Have you ever seen that episode of, not the icicle lights, the icicles, sorry. Have you ever seen that episode of Bewitched when Sam and Darren are decorating the tree and she makes him put those icicles on one at a time? And he's like throwing them on there. That's all I could think about when I had these icicles, because I truly did start out thinking, okay, I'm going to be like Samantha, and I'm going to hang one strand at a time. Well, that lasted about 4 strands, and then I was over it, and I was just throwing them on there. So we're going to do this the fast way. I'm going to do a little camera trickery here, and we're just going to make them all appear magically on the tree. Don't you wish real life was that easy? I know I do. I think I might need another set of icicles on there. I think I need 2 boxes. Luckily, Kim sent me a bunch the other day, so I have plenty more. If I can manage to find which box I put them in, I might add another box of icicles to my tree, because I think it could use it. And then all I'm doing now, and I realize that the camera's kind of cutting things off, is putting the tree skirt that I thrifted this summer down there, which is just a crocheted type of deal. It's really pretty. The only complaint that I have is it does not go all the way around my tree. There's a little gap in the back, but that's all right. I'm fine with that. It looks beautiful down there, and the colors are perfect. So I wanted to put these command hooks up so that, number 1, I could keep the garland up. Number 2, I would have something to hang my stockings on, but I could not bear to stick those command stickers on my brand new Fireplace mantle that we had just stained. So I tried this trick that I had seen online where you just put some masking tape down, and then I put the command hooks on the masking tape, and it worked wonderfully. It worked perfect. You can also do this on your wall, and I feel so much safer about doing that. Plus, I actually ended up having to move the hooks over a little bit, and I just picked the masking tape up and it laid right back down. So I wanted to have a clock on the mantle because that is the only clock I have in the living room, and in the morning when I'm getting ready to go to work, I like to see what time it is so I know that I'm running on time. So I just put some blocks underneath there to lift it up, so when I put my garland up there, you'll be able to see the clock. And what I'm doing here is just using some double-sided sticky pads to kind of hold things in place. I need some elevation going on here because I'm going to add some fun things here. Those little candles came from Walmart. They're made by Mr. Christmas, and they were $10 each. They were the perfect addition to my mantle. I was talking to my friend at work, and I was telling her the idea that I had. You know, this is the theme I'm going for, but I have no idea what I'm going to do for my mantle. She said, she started looking at some pictures, and she showed me this picture of these candle blow molds, and I said, Walmart has some of those. They're not actually vintage, but I think they'll work. So I went immediately to Walmart. I got 2 of them. They had them in red. They had them in red and green, but the gold was the ticket. And so I just put them up on the little pedestals. They are on like a timer. So I've got them set to go off about 6 o'clock. And that way I don't have to unstick them each time to turn them off and on, because I want them up, to be kind of sturdy. So that's why I use that double-sided tape. And then once I get everything done, I'm going to put some little tchotchkes up there, and I'm going to put double-sided tape on them too, because I don't want to take any chances of anything falling and breaking. And then what I'm doing here, I've got my garland up, I've got my lights up. I want some sparkly bits and bobs, what do you call them? Sticks and stems. Oh gosh, I'm so tired. I just want to add the same thing in this garland that I added throughout the rest of the house and all of my other little vignettes. So I'm just trying to make it all match. I did order some more of those gold and red poinsettias from Amazon. I originally got them from Temu, and I didn't want to wait on Temu to deliver again, so I found them just as inexpensively on Amazon, and they are the exact same ones. I even had some extra ones left over that I was able to stick in the garland going around my door, because I had run out of sticks and stems. That's the words I was looking for earlier. I had run out early when I was doing the back door, so I got some more so I could add in there. And these are the little tchotchkes I was telling you about, and I just put a little bit of a little sticker on the bottom to make sure they don't fall over, and they are adorable. I didn't want to go too crazy with a lot of small pieces up there. This was just the perfect amount of vintage Christmas for my mantle. The absolute only thing that I can possibly imagine that I could add is a little more green, because the other vignettes in the house have red, green, and gold, and this is just mostly red and gold. I might could add some little green balls in there, but that is the only thing I think it needs. I think it's perfect. Well, of course, other than the stockings. Now, I had originally planned on using vintage stockings that I had gotten from the thrift store for David and I, and then I got 4 of these cheaper ones from Hobby Lobby for the kids. Well, when I started thinking about it and looking at it, I decided that I think they should all match. I don't want 2 that are different and 4 that are the same. So I'm going to go back to Hobby Lobby and get some more, but for now I only have 4 to put up, but I already have the kids' names cut out, so all I have to do is iron them on once I can make it to Hobby Lobby and get 2 more of the stockings. I got this gold iron-on vinyl from Hobby Lobby. This was my attempt to replicate where you take the gold puffy paint and write your name on these stockings. I wanted it to be a little neater than what it would be if I wrote it with my handwriting with the puffy paint, but I wanted that same look and that same feel, so that's why I got the gold sparkly vinyl. And I like the Cricut vinyl. It just works better than the other off brands, if that makes sense. If you're a Cricut person, tell me what you think, but I just don't like the other brands that Hobby Lobby have. I really have learned to just bite the bullet and buy the Cricut brand. It makes my life so much easier. See how easy that ironed on? I mean, just a couple seconds, couple little swipes, and it is on perfectly. No problems at all. When you come back from my full house tour, you will see 6 stockings on the mantle. There's Tanner's name and Jesse's name. I've already got it cut out. I've just got to get the stockings, and they'll go right up. I haven't done it yet just because it's the middle of the work week. I'm still working. Today, as I'm talking to you, it's Wednesday, and I am officially off for the holidays, for the Thanksgiving Day holidays. I don't have to go back until Monday. So hopefully, once Thanksgiving is over, I can pop over to Hobby Lobby and get the other 2 stockings and start working on the porch. Once I get the porch decorated, then we'll do a full house tour. And this right here, you guys, is everything. This is what I was envisioning in my head, complete with Little House on the Prairie on the TV, Christmas from my childhood. I'm just so in love with it. These are just a couple little final touches that I wanted to add before I end this video. Just a few things that I added later, just as an afterthought. You'll be able to get a better visual of everything in the full house tour. I just wanted to add these in real quick. I added this sweet little candy dish. I've had this little bowl for years, and I just stuck some peppermints in it and set it on my coffee table because every proper vintage household needs a little bowl of hard candy out for their guests. And then finally, I wanted to take a couple shots of my bathroom. This is where I put a lot of my neutral colored decor. I thought they just looked nice together in one space. And although I did not decorate my bathroom really big this year, I did want to add a couple little pieces in there. I may come back and add more. If I do, I'll let you know. You'll see it in the final house tour. But I just wanted to add it in real quick. All right, everybody, that's all that I have for you for today's video. I want to thank you so much for spending a few minutes of your day with me. It means the whole world to me. The next thing we're going to do is work on the front porch. I don't know what I'm doing out there. I'm thinking I'm still going to keep it kind of simple. I don't know that I'm going to go as big as I did last year, but we'll see. We'll see. So in my time right now, it is the day before Thanksgiving. So work is over for the week. I have tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. So I'm sure sometime this weekend, I'm going to be able to get out there and start working on the porch. And maybe, I don't think I'm going to do the yard. I think I'm just going to do the porch. And then we'll do a full house tour. And then we'll start working on some crafts that I've got in mind. But I hope you enjoyed this series for the inside of the house. I've really enjoyed it, even though it was a little different. We did things different than we have in the past couple of years. It all came together, and, you know, I had to kind of, I didn't really like doing the voiceovers, but we did what we had to do, and I had to, you know, film some stuff one day, some stuff the next day, and just kind of merge it all together. But it's okay. You got to see what you wanted to see, and I got to film what I wanted to film, so it's cool. So until next time, I love you all, and I'll see you later. Bye.